49ers Breakdown. My name is Aaron. Excited for my first show. And basically, this channel is going to be about breaking down film, chatting. I want to be able to get as many fans, coaches, etc., in here to talk 49ers football. So, I'm just excited to break down film. We're going to get into the all 22s. I've been a head football coach for two different high schools in the state of Oregon. Lifelong Niner fan. I could prove it. Let's prove it with this right here. Let's prove it. Look at that. If you don't know how old school that is right there, can't see with my green screen so well, right? But that's proof of how long I've been a Niner fan, and I'm just excited to get this channel launched, and see if it's just a positive, motivational tool for a lot of fans. Tonight we're gonna break down Arizona, the Arizona game, the first game, Week 5, Trey Lance's first start, and so let's get into it. Let's see what this is all about. Let's have some fun with it and check out the game. Without further ado, thank you if you're watching this live or if you're watching it another time. You can click the link in the comment section to join live if you want to break down the film with me. Let's do it. Like and share, like and subscribe if you would. I want to build this platform just for fans, for coaches, for people that love the X's and O's of the game. So that's what this is all about. All right, let's jump into the game. Friends and family. Starting off with special teams. Of course, our special teams were horrible this last season. Now, first down, what's interesting here is that Arizona's coming out in a bear. So it's an over. It's an over front. It's not an under. It's an over front, and they're overloading with Chandler Jones. You can see they only have 3 backers here, and then what they're doing is they're running like a cover 3 shell. This is some old school football. They're basically like, we're going to take away inside zone and force Trey Lance to beat us with his arm. So let's take a look at this first play here. Niners are coming out in what looks to be, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 21 personnel, because this is a tight end, that's a fullback, and there's your running back. So they're coming out in 4 wide, but with 21 personnel. And they're motioning out of the backfield here, and Lance takes off and runs there. Sometimes the all 22 has a little bit of a glitch, so we'll just go back and check the play out. So motion Elijah Mitchell out. Okay, Trey drops back. Now we could see right here, there's 2 for 2, and this guy has Bo. He's got back out, so this ball should go immediately to the flat. This ball right here needs to go immediately to Elijah. Trey's looking at the 2 for 2 side. He doesn't have numbers there. He has numbers here because of the box. Remember, they're rushing 5. So right off the bat, he should just rip that, grip and rip, right? Grip and rip that down the line, and take your yardage. But he does step up, avoid pressure here, and get a nice gain. But what you'd like to see from Trey there is just grip and rip this. You just want to see him look. Okay, we see numbers. He's outflanked. Grip, rip that ball out there and let him run, right? But he uses his legs. Okay, he's nervous. This is on the road here. Okay, good team that he's facing early in the season. Okay, once again, they're coming out in this over front. All right, and the Niners are staying in 21 personnel here with a tight end, 2 running backs, and it's interesting. Free safeties 15 yards off the ball. So there's like, we're going to take the top off. It looks like they're running Monday, a little bit of cover 1 here. And so let's see what we get out of that. So it's a first down play, little motion, play fake. Elijah goes the wrong way. Trey rips this ball out to the flat. That's exactly what he should have done. This is a great play. Motion, stretch, Don't worry about the guy going the wrong way. He releases over the top of that zone. We're moving the ball. So 2 plays, both positive yardage, 2 first downs. Okay, so you got to like what you're seeing here. Niners come back out, and they try to run Trey here on a little bit of like a G lead type play. So they motion out. Once again, 21 personnel, because Elijah motions out there, and just not much cooking. Not much cooking against a bare front, right? They got 5 linemen in there, and they're really trying to stop the run. A little bit of fly motion. Now this is interesting. They only released 2 guys in this route. And look how many guys are in coverage, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in coverage, right? Basically playing what looks to be a quarters. And Trey moves up in the pocket very nicely. But instead of just dinking it down or running, he forces the ball here over the middle of the field. Does he have him? Sure. But when you're running forward and you're throwing on the move, the tendency for the ball is to sail. And if there's one thing that Trey does sometimes is the ball sails. So this is a simple mistake that you almost like to see. So he never makes it again. That's kind of the idea there. But so let's go back and look at that again. Once again, okay, 21 personnel, max protection, tight end stays in, back stays in, 2-man route. You got a deep hitch wheel, and Trey steps up in the pocket when he gets pressure. That's perfect. Blip that right there, right? Little front pass right there to Dwelly. Instead, he tries to rip this in this window. Okay, now if you're experienced, if you're warm, sure. Okay, but in this case, run and slide, or blip that right there to Dwelly. Instead, he sails it, interception. So, I don't really love the play call, to be honest with you. 2-man route, not my favorite play call, but at the same time, there were options there, right? He had an option to either run the ball or just blip that to Dwelly and get good yardage there. So I think this is a learning experience play right here for Trey. And very important. So in these all 22s, I want to look at the defense as well. Okay, Niners come out. It looks like they could be playing quarters, half, or they might be playing Tuesday here, or cover 2-man. But they're getting a 4 wide receiver look, and so. I believe they're in their nickel package, and what's interesting is that Dante Johnson is actually playing the nickel. So first down, and all they're doing is running little fade flat concept. Okay, they're just gonna pick on Dante here. It's interesting. Now, if you guys remember this game, they went tempo, right? I believe they went tempo against the Niners both time they played them. But little motion here. Okay. 2 tight ends set. Just trying to get up in there. Little zone run. Not much doing. DJ Jones making plays. Okay. A lot of shifts, a lot of motions coming from them. Little fullback dive with James Conner. So they use a tailback and a fullback position there to go ahead and get that first down. Another 2 tight end set here. All right, so they're kind of trying to dictate the Niners to load the box a little bit. And all they're doing here is playing a little spot concept. So what they're doing is they're running spot, flat, and Marcel Harris didn't sit on the spot. He's starting to go to the flat. All he has to do is sit here, force the shoulders sideways to the sideline, and then he can rally to the flat. But instead, he gives up the spot play. So we'll run that back again, and you'll see Marcel here. He's got to play curl, flat, but instead he's in no man's land. I mean, when I watched that, That's, to me, that's a little embarrassing because this is NFL football, right? This is NFL football. So to see him in no man's land right there is just kind of a little concerning. They do a good job of motioning. They do a good job of shifting and getting the Niners out of position, which enables them to get some seams on their inside zones. They get a little bit of a push there. The Niners rally. This is when Armstead was still playing DN. Once again, you guys just saw this concept, right? We just saw this spot flat concept, right? Spot flat. So he's just going to run a little hitch, a little spot. It's going to curl up right in that zone. And this is Aziz this time instead of Marcel Harris. What he has to do is he has to play curl flat. Curl flat. He has to make Kyler's shoulders turn there, right? To allow these guys to be able to play that more sufficient, then rally to the flat. I don't know. I have a hard time watching this, to be honest with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to sit. If you're reading that too, and he's going straight to the flat, you got to be curl flat. Okay, you have to be curl flat. And we need also our safeties to come up a little bit stronger on that sit route because he has quarters here. He's got quarters. So too simple of a concept. Jaworski, just a little slow in reaction. And this is, again, a nice shift by them. Okay, they're going tempo and shifting. Now, it's obvious the strong side of the formation is to the top of the field. But look at our linebackers, right? Our linebackers are all messed up here. And Aziz even shifts over to the weak side where the nickel's at. Okay, and the problem with that is we're over gapped here, right? There's a B gap. We got the edge player off the outside. We got two guys in this B gap. If he's the A gap player, who's our force defender out here? So we got a strong safety who's blocked. He's blocked. Corner's blocked, right? And so now Rondale Moore gets that ball, and he's got juice. So again, look at this. Fred gets his eyes outside, but he's like, wait, I'm blocked. Jaworski takes a horrible angle. You can't take this angle. And look, he's going backwards on the snap. Where are you going, bro? Where are you going? Do you not recognize the formation? Do you not recognize what's going on here? So either the call was wrong from Fred, or they're just lined up incorrectly. But ultimately, Jaworski's got to run downhill, right? He's got to run downhill and force this back inside. Unfortunately, we're overmanned. Now, Ebucom, I think this is held by this zone play, and he's got quarterback on option. So it's a play in which the Niners are in trouble. It's a really nice design because it's just little RPO. Jaworski takes a bad angle, and they're down to the 1 yard line. Essentially a touchdown. Tough play. Once again, they're using motion, they're using tempo, and this is what I like to call an old Mike Bellotti Oregon Duck play, just a leverage pitch. They got you in man. Right here. So all he has to do is block down and suck him inside. You got another guy wrapping or leading motion to influence, and it's just a leverage pitch, right? I got speed on the edge because you're in man coverage. That's just a numbers game. That's just knowing what they're going to get. And it's good offense, to be quite honest. It's just good offense. So, unfortunately, Niners weren't ready for the tempo. We're out of position. Really tough drive defensively. Simple concepts kind of pick them apart. So, Trey Lance's second drive here. Okay, once again, we got what looks to be 21 personnel. Okay, we got two backs, tight end, two wide receivers, and first down, we're going with a little wide zone. Okay, I don't mind that. A little wide zone with the pitch. Let's get a few yards. One thing I noticed is that it seems like Kyle wants to run a whole different offense with Trey, where he wants to run Trey. I honestly think the Niners would be best if they ran the same scheme with just a few wrinkles. Run your scheme. Run what Jimmy runs. But add a few wrinkles, but there's too much depending on Trey's legs. Trying to, I don't like that. I like the West Coast offense. I like the offense to when the play breaks down, then Trey can use his legs, right? Does that make sense? Flat motion, play action, rips the ball a little late, but it's a bullet, and we get a pass interference. So that ball was a little late, but it's a bullet. It was accurate. Get a pass interference, chains move. Not the worst play. Little play action here, rips this ball, unfortunately, gets hit at the line of scrimmage. Now, I don't necessarily mind this read, but he has to understand where he's at, where this defender is. Step up in, or see this window here, use that window to get the ball out in the flat. Yeah, he's open, but he's lurking. So it's a question of finding the right pocket, the right pocket presence and understanding, lanes, rushing lanes. I mean, that's the big thing here that Trey's got to be able to see. So they bat the ball down. Might have been a decent play, but, take what they give you. Force these guys to come up. Keep throwing the ball to Juice. Force them into like a nickel situation. Now, what they're doing here is this is like a now screen, right? Where we got numbers. They're off. Okay, so we could just get the ball out, cut it back. Elijah had burst at the beginning of the year. A lot more burst at the beginning of the year. The season became twice as long as what a college season would be, right? They only play 11 games in college. I mean, he played a long season, a lot of running on them legs. He wore down a little bit. So this is the first time we see 12 personnel with 2 tight ends. So we see 2 tight ends here, and with Elijah, Trey's under center. Okay. We get him to jump. Once again, they're playing that what looks to be a cover 3 shell and a bare front. Okay, so they got a 5 down, 3 linemen. It's like a 5-3 or what would be called like a bear. But it's an overlook. So they jump there, all right, and we get the ball back. Little split zone look, inside zone. You can get a few yards. All right. So here we are in 21 personnel and pistol look. And we're running what is again it's almost like a split zone look or an ISO out of pistol. But look at JJ Watt just gets off the rock and beats McGlinchey to the inside. So that's tough because, look, here's the problem is oftentimes you see McGlinchey's like, I got Watt and I got 55. I got two all-pros right here. Which one do I take, 99 or 55? And so what it does is when they play that bare front, it starts to mess with your mind and kind of get you in position where, if Elijah could have slipped outside of that, that's one thing, but he's coming up the field so fast, it's not really possible. So here's the little influence motion by Debo, or Laviska Shenault, or is that Brandon Cooks? I can't remember. Is that who's that? I don't think it's going to be Debo next year. Oh, man. So anyways, that's Elijah Moore right there. That's Elijah Moore, right? Who's it gonna be? Well, they're influencing there, and then they're gonna run Trey here. Again, I think they're just depending too much on Trey's legs. You look at the box. Look at the doggone box. I don't want to run my quarterback against this. I don't want to run my quarterback against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, right? I just think that you got to be able to trust him to throw the ball a little bit more. And I think that the game plan dictates that during the week, right? So with that said, they run G, pull and guard. Brunskill actually does a nice job on the pull. It's a decent play. It's not a bad play call at all. Really, I don't love it, but it does get some yardage. Now they're in short yardage here. What do? They try to run the same play the opposite way. And because of the push that they get defensively, again, that's why I believe knocks Lakin off his path. So next thing you know is now Lance is beating Lakin, who's pulling the G pull up in the hole. He beats him. So he's running into the guy that should have been blocked. All right. So unfortunately, that was a 4th down play. Same play. They ran the same play the other way. Don't love it. I don't love it. Gotta be honest. I don't love it. I think that you have to show more faith in your quarterback if you're going to start him. You need to show faith in his arm. It's just that simple. Now, you could see this overloaded front here where they got an extra lineman in here. I mean, it's kind of nice. I like some of what Cliff does. I mean, he does a nice job mixing up his formations and his motions. You got guard, tackle here. And it gives you a little bit more protection. But who is DJ Jones? No wonder you got that money. Yeah, he just doesn't quit. He doesn't quit. Quick hands, quick feet. And if you can get a guy like Kyler on the ground and you play nose, come on now. Little fake. They rip it out. Niners do a good job rallying to the flat there. Fred does a nice job. They go empty. We're running the wide 9. They just try to get the ball over the middle real quick. 4th down. Force the punt. Niners special teams was atrocious. They actually dropped this and still nobody's anywhere near him. And then we don't catch the kick and it bounces from the 20 all the way down to the 6-yard line. Come on now. That's just bad special teams. First down, we get that orbit motion again from Debo. Looks like 21 personnel, if I'm seeing correctly. And play action, max protection. This is a good job by Trey. Escape in the pocket. Get what you can get. First down. Try to stay off the back of the legs of your lineman. Right? But that's a good play. I mean, that's a good play right there. Here comes motion across. Flat motion. 21 personnel. Wide zone. Okay? This is nice. There you go. Good cutback. Good burst. Let's go. Let's go. I like it. Good play call. That's the type of stuff they would do when Jimmy was in, right? That's the type of stuff you need to do when Trey's in, okay? Because what happens is you make them defend your core offense, and then it opens up everything, okay? They've been working all week on defending read options, right? Different read plays because they know who the quarterback is. Make them defend your base offense. Fly motion, okay? Nice little inside zone play and really good jump cut right here, okay? This is a split zone where they're coming back and kicking the backside end. So instead of reading him, they're going to kick him. So a little split zone. Nice jump cut there off the play side to the backside cut. Get up in that. Put your head down. Let's go. 2 nice plays. Okay, I'd have liked to seen this a little earlier. Once again, we're looking at 21 personnel. And little motion into the backfield. All release. Okay? Not bad. Not bad. You know what I mean? You don't have to drill that perfectly because he's so open. Just make sure you put it on him. And Laviska Shenault with the catch there. Or wait, who was that? Brandon Cooks? Wait, who was that? Elijah Moore? What? I don't think it's going to be Deebo Samuel next year. But so far, everything that's been done by Deebo could be done by another decent player. Trey to the bottom of the screen. Okay, tight end trips. Once again, 21 personnel. So I like how Kyle gets in unconventional personnels because he has a guy like Juice that can move around. And here they're just running a little like almost like a drive concept. where you're just running off and coming underneath. Okay. I mean, I'll be real with you. You got to catch that ball. That's Debo. That's right on him. That's right on him. Drops it. Right? So there's a drop by Debo. He's got to make that play. I like how they start and empty. They start and empty here and then motion into the backfield. And then over to quads. Right? So the draw here is a nice play. And I think it could set up that now screen to the back to the quad side later on. Again, they motion to quads. A little tray look. They might be trying to get him to think that they're going to throw that or he's going to run. But he's got his eyes on this one-on-one here. And this is probably his most impressive pass. I mean, he sticks that to the outside on third down. He knows where he wants to go with this. And he gets that hitch. So, just rips that to Ayuk. And nice first down play. I mean, that's a ball that you typically would not see Jimmy throw. Jimmy doesn't like to throw outside the numbers, right? So the fact that we can see Trey's arm strength here just sit and rip that hitch really makes it tough on DBs, because if they have to defend that, well, now we can stretch them down the field. This opens up a lot. Excuse me. So we got first down. Motion in to condense the formation. Read option. Okay? Now he's got to just get up in that. He's got to get up in that and get down. Just get up in there and get down. He waits a little bit and he enables the linebacker to get there and put some muscle on him. I don't like that as much. Okay, same type of look, coming back, condensing. This is an interesting read play. Okay, this is a sweep read here. Now, what's interesting is what they're doing is they're pulling power. So both guard and tackle pull power. And Trey's reading this end right here. Okay, so Trey's reading this end right here. If that end chases those linemen, then he's going to hand it off to Mitchell. If that end stays home, then he's going to follow those linemen through the hole. Well, he sees the end shrink down just enough to where he can hand it off. What's interesting is he probably should have kept it. But this guy's thinking, is he really going to hand that off? You know what I mean? It happens so fast. But because Trey just ran, I'm thinking he's probably a little tired. He didn't want to run it again up the middle. He's like, man, I'm not your fullback. Why am I running power? Okay, because that's what this is. This is a power concept. You have both guard and tackle pulling through the B gap. This is a power concept. He's going to kick. He's going to pull up to backer. It's basically counter is what the line would know it as. Is a counter concept. Okay, so, but he felt like he could get it outside, and Elijah did a nice job on this. I mean, Elijah had burst at the beginning of this year, and I think that, he'll be able to continue to have that burst. But see, you could tell he didn't think he had it. He's like, wait a second, he really handed that off? I'm right there. No way. So that's just like, I mean, that's a play he's just kicking himself for. He's getting clowned in that film room. You better believe that. So Niners are moving the rock, right? A little trio, bunch trips concept. Trips look here. Okay? And he just rips that ball down. Now, unfortunately, he oversteps. So when he steps so far back and overextends to the front, now he doesn't have his line. And what happens is the ball goes behind Debo, right? Behind Debo. It becomes a backwards pass almost. I don't know if they call it a backwards pass, but I'm glad Debo jumped on that. It doesn't look like they did by the where the ball's at, but Trey's got to hit that. That's a simple, easy mistake that you just have to make that play. Right? You have to make that play. Once again, this is a G concept, so they're just running Trey up the B gaps. Debo thought he had it tough, man. Debo thought he had it tough. Look what they're doing with Trey here. So Trey's running up the B gap. We got a kick from the fullback, guard pulling up to backer. Everybody else is down blocking. And it's really a nice play. You almost wish Trey could have kept his feet and somehow got in there. But nice positive movement here. This play was essentially a loss. They did a great job. They're trying to sneak Juice out here, but they just basically tackled him and got him to the ground. Trey did a great job here of making nothing out of a loss. You ever hear that before? Yeah, he made nothing out of a loss because he's about to go down, so he just throws it away, which is a great job. Great job. And then we get to what I really like as a play call because they go up to make him think it's a sneak, okay? But what I would have done is I probably would have ran true boot here because if we're blocking down here, if we go down, if I can stick somebody there on Chandler, I'm probably getting in the end zone. And I can lead up on him, right? This is actually a pass play. And it's just, I don't know. There's such a garbled concept. You got a tight end here. They're trying to run this drag, and it's just too many bodies in one spot. To throw that back across there with him right there, another guy coming is a little troublesome because he's not even standing in the end zone, right? So we'll go back and look at that again. Let's see here. Comes up, right? He's going to look out. They do a good job of adjusting. It's a nice job manning up on the back. And, Trey's got to get airborne. I mean, that's probably like the most heartbreaking play besides Jaquiski Tartt's drop of the NFC Championship game because you just felt for Trey there. I mean, he'd been running the doggone ball so much. He just put it out there, man. And I mean, that's a heavy collision for a rookie quarterback to be making. Now, of course, he hurt himself in this game, right? He hurt his knee. You could see him grabbing his knee there. DJ Jones always getting pressure. Unfortunately, we didn't have a good fill in that B gap. I mean, but DJ is just a dog. I mean, that dude just watch him use his hands. Watch him use his hands and get free. First he bursts, boom, boom, but there's no fill. There's no fill. He's got his A gap covered, getting upfield, but there's just no fill like there should be. Niners do a decent job here, and manning up there. So that's a good job. You'd like to see somebody get free though and get some pressure on Kyler. 3 wide receivers to the top of the field. They're trying to work that one-on-one, and Norman just, bro, you too old. I mean, I really liked you when you were in Carolina. I like the way you play, but if I could get one-on-one with Hopkins on you, if I get this look, I mean, I don't even know what Jaquiski is doing right here. Like, seriously, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because we got everybody covered over here, and you got safety help over here. It's essentially, 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. And you got Norman on an island against maybe the best receiver in football. Widen out. You could still come down in here if you're widened out. Widen out and make Kyler think he can't just throw this quick, easy little fade. It's just, I mean, that's easy pickings. Look, he's sitting down in no man's land. What are you doing? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, okay, so maybe what they're doing is they're running like a Monday cover 1, right? Where he's a robber. Well, there's nobody to rob on your side of the field. And you got a one-on-one with Hopkins here. Okay? You're not robbing that. Okay? He's got everything over the top back here. Help out. But they don't. And Hopkins against Norman, I mean, that's just easy. That's just easy money. I like this. They motion Rondale Moore back into the backfield. And it makes it it makes it interesting. You know what I mean? It's almost like 20 personnel, right? 2 backs, no tight ends. And then just run a little option off of that. And that's just poor tackling. Okay? Come up, leverage. You have to be outside turning him in. Mosley, you got to be outside turning him in. Excuse me. There's no excuse for that. Absolutely no excuse. Trey to the bottom of the screen, little inside zone. Niners do a good job. These are the backups. I'd like to see Street get signed. I don't know if Street's been re-signed or not. Flat motion, quick pitch. Okay. Freddie does a good job, actually. He gets blocked there, but he turns it back inside. So he's playing good leverage football. And like what we see there. So they run a little bunch concept, trying to get the wheelie, and then they get their one-on-one. Luckily, Mosley, was able to stay there and chase on that because I kind of like the concept by formation. This is a little bend play. Niners do a good job. Little bend play. Sometimes Kingsbury gets a little too clever. I mean, he gets a little too clever sometimes. But they like keeping this tight end to one side to try to shift your strength for your line one way and then have a trips to the other. It's a decent concept. And then what are they looking to do here? Lucky we didn't get a PI there with Dante Johnson. Well, did we? Or did he catch that? Trey to the bottom, switch concept here. Spot, fade. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a PI or what's going on. But they moved the ball. It was signaled incomplete. Drop ball on the ground, picks it up, and gets a 7-yard gain. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's tough. That's tough, family. You can't allow that. A 7-yard gain off of something like that is just, sheesh, right? Trey to the top of the field. Little influence motion, see if they're in man or not. And we're just going to whip that out. Try to get a player in space. Get up in it. Empty formation. I like empty with a guy like Kyler, right? Okay, now this is essentially just a sweep, okay? Because all they're doing is they're blocking. They're not. These guys on the outside aren't even running routes. We're just going to block, get him to the flat, right? As long as he's within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage, you just grip and rip it, throw it, let him run. So it's just like a sweep play. Tough to defend. Tough to defend for sure. A wide variety of plays they're using. Little boot concept. Kyler is really athletic. And they're trying to get the ball to A.J. Green there. Luckily, this is tough when we got a guy like Armstead, getting cut right there. I mean, it's like, bro, you're too athletic to be getting cut like that. You need to stay up on your feet, keep Kyler inside, bat a ball down. But regardless, holding him to 3 right there is a big deal. That's a win. That's a win in a lot of ways. And what's interesting to note is that this game was a lot closer than the second time we played Arizona. And this is at Arizona, and they had Kyler. When they came to play the Niners, they didn't have Kyler. So Trey actually played him pretty well. Just some silly young mistakes. And this is just, again, the reason why you see this happening here is because of this front. Okay, so they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when they're playing this look, it makes it really difficult to understand who to read. Okay? And what happens is you're outflanked. You got 2 guys out here. If one of them's going to take the back and the other one's got you, where are you going? There's nowhere for you to go. So read option is not going to work against overloaded fronts. If you're playing an over front like that, now against a front like this, you can use it. But you got to be able to check out of that. That's just all there is to it. Like the empty look, fly motion, rip it down, take what they give you. I'm not nothing wrong with that. That should have been the first down play. Okay, get 2-3 yards. That's better than going backwards on first down. So I don't mind that at all. Plus these quick game passes allow Trey to get moving, right? They allow him to get going, and that's important. You know, we want to be able to see him get warm, and so they're back to empty. Little trips concept to the top here, and hopefully the internet will keep working. Aw, snap is saying. Oh, for real. Come on, somebody. But you know, in this game, 17-10, the Niners lost in this game. You kidding me? I mean, that's not bad at all. But you know, 40 minutes in, we had a little problem with the internet, and unfortunately, you know, that's how it goes. But this is my first video. I hope this gives you guys a taste of what we can do on this channel. Hopefully we can get more people here, and you know, allow people to jump up in here. Let's talk football. Let's break it down. You guys can break down the games with me. We can ask each other questions, and you know, have some fun with it. So thank you for anybody that watches this at another time. Anybody has any game suggestions? I'm just going to go through last season. I'm going to start with Trey's first 2 games, because you know, that's the future, right? But then we'll look through some other games as well. Maybe try to highlight some players, what Elijah Mitchell did early on in the year. Look at some you know, some highlights of some games. Get on here and chat. I want to be able to provide a space where multiple people can come in and give their perspectives on Niner football. So thank you for checking this out. God bless you, and have a great day.